Hey guys, it's Greg with Buy the Bootstraps, b2bootstraps.com. Check out the store, check out the social media, like and subscribe to the video if you like this. Alright, so hopefully this is the last or second to last video regarding Jussie Smollett. I've done two other videos before that, kind of discussed my thoughts on his whole entire situation. And then today, whew, not a good day, not a good time to be this man. I think it's safe to say at this point, dude, you're full of shit. And I think we all know at this point. Alright, recap, in case you're not aware of the story. Jussie Smollett, he's a black gay actor who played on the show Empire. On January 29th in Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning when it was -11 outside, not including the wind chill, he claimed that he was attacked by two white men and that they beat him up. They yelled homophobic slurs at him and racial epithets at him. Apparently they threw a unknown chemical substance on him, which the police has said, or he said it was bleach, and that they put a noose around his neck. Back and forth, you know, when the first story first came out, I went, I don't know, man, that sounds kind of fishy. I know, I've been to Chicago multiple times. You know, police couldn't find cameras or any videos to show the attack. They were just kind of basing off of his words. He wouldn't hand over his phone records at the time to the detective on the scene and said that he would provide the information, his phone records, and that he was speaking to his, oh, what do you call that guy? Not his attorney, his agent. He was speaking to his agent at the time on the phone. Again, at 2 o'clock in the morning. In -11-degree weather. Because everyone's out and about at that time. Anyway, you know, and at the time I said, you know, I don't really buy the story, but, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't want to say yes or no to anything. Just from my perspective, I'm like, that just doesn't sound like Chicago. You know, at least not where he was at, you know. Maybe in some other part of Chicago, possibly, but in downtown area-ish, not so much, you know. Well, fast forward to now, it's February 15th, and he turned over his phone records to the police officers, but they pretty much said, hey, we can't do nothing with this. It's so redacted and there's so much information from these that we can't use that. These are kind of useless to us. And supposedly they did arrest, though, two people of interest. They haven't charged them, but they did arrest two people of interest. Now, here's the interesting part about this, and hence why I think the dude's full of shit, as I said before, is because he had said that he was attacked by two white guys who were wearing ski masks who yelled out something along the line of, this is MAGA country, okay? Clearly, make America great again, implying that they were Trump supporters, implying that they were being homophobic, implying that they were being racial, and that they were basically a bunch of redneck white dudes in the middle of Chicago at 2 o'clock in the morning who just so happened to find the one gay black actor who was also out and about at the same time in -11-degree weather, carrying a bottle of bleach and a noose. That is a whole bunch of cosmic bullshit that has to line up just to make this happen, that I don't think anyone actually believed this, but they were like, hey, you know what, don't want to say yes or no, let's see what happens. Well, the cops arrested two suspects, haven't charged them. These guys are Nigerian bodybuilder brothers who just so happen to work on the same show as Jussie Smollett, Empire. And on top of that, they're friends. Or they know each other, they worked out with each other. That doesn't sound like a bunch of racist white rednecks to me. At all. I mean, you tell me. Comment below and let me know if you think otherwise. But here's the thing, you know, this guy came out there, made this accusation, made this, you know, clearly a hate crime, you know, accusation. All right, clearly said that these dudes were attacking him because of his sexuality and his race. You know, which come to find out, you know, it couldn't have been about his race because, you know, the guys who supposedly the cops were speaking to as suspects are two black guys. I mean, I've seen their photos. I mean, they're black as black can be. You know, so I don't think it was a racial issue. You know, possibly could be a homophobic issue. I don't know, but I highly doubt that the guy knows them, works out with them, works at the same set that these guys do as extras on their show. Why would they go out of their way then to attack this guy that they know? You know, it doesn't make any sense. There's more to the story, obviously, than what we're being told. Obviously, we're not getting the whole story. But I think what's going to happen is that it's going to come out and they're going to say that this whole thing was fabricated. In which case, just like I said in my previous video, this Jussie Smollett guy should be charged heavily for implying that there was a hate crime committed when there wasn't. I mean, the only way we're going to get these false allegations to stop, now don't get me wrong, I know there's real allegations, all right? I know real situations happen where actual people commit atrocious acts of racism and violence, you know, things like that. And if those people, you know, if those people do it and they get caught, by all means, hold them to the fullest extent of the law. I've always said that. But, you know, this is, you know, it's starting to look very, very similar. This guy made an accusation to imply something that wasn't the case, in which case this dude ought to be charged to the fullest extent of the law and then some. You know, bury his ass under a box somewhere, you know, because if you want these kind of things to stop, and if you want this reverse racism to stop and these allegations to stop, you need to start holding the people who make the allegations, hold them to a higher standard than what you would for the people who would have been charged. All right, because and if we're going to hold the people who would have been charged to a high standard because they committed a crime, then those people who make a false allegation should be held to an even higher standard. Anyway, I thought it's interesting. I've been following the story. Again, I don't know the guy. I don't like the guy from what I've seen, but I don't really know the guy. But I've been following this because it's just an example of these kind of like behaviors and these activities that need to come to an end. You know, this hyperbolic, you know, SJW, you know, mentality, it's got to stop because it's getting to a point where it's becoming ridiculous. You know, and we can't have people making allegations and accusations and not being held accountable. Anyway, comment below, let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to you guys later.